Hey guys, welcome back to the final part of the integrated Document360 tutorial series, and I'm going to be displaying all of the data in these table views and the final web page in this final part. So yeah, let me just show you what the app looks like so far. We haven't really done anything, but I'm going to be, first thing I need to do is create a few new variables. Let me just show you what this looks like. It's just the basic table view, so nothing really much. Click on this, nothing here. So what I need to do, the first thing I need to do is make this category data public. So I'll go to data management and I will create a new wait, I have to make it a var category data equals doc360 categories. And what I have to do is I'll actually have to oh wait, hang on. This is doc360 categories is equal to doc360 categories. So what I have to do is I will have to just make this empty so that it doesn't actually show anything, but we need it to not be nil because otherwise it's not going to work. So I'm just going to make all of these nothing. And okay, and now I can just delete this from here, delete this, let me just delete all this unnecessary stuff. So if we delete that, and now we have our category data, and it's also global, so we can access it over here, category data, category data, but yeah. Also, one more thing I wanted to do was I just wanted to let me just copy all of this, so delete that, and I just wanted to try and move to trash. I wanted to create the file so it actually said category view, so category view that was annoying me, so I just place all that back and just put that back there. Oh, I also have to link up the table view since it's probably unlinked now. Where does this? Okay, there. Category viewer. Right, and now I can link up the table view. At least, oh, it's already linked. Okay, sure. So what we're going to do now is we're going to set up the table view, and we'll create that as an extension UI view controller. Oh no, why did I do that? It's category viewer, UI table view delegate, UI table view data source, and in the view did load I should also set the delegate and data source itself, just like you set up a normal table view. Now just wait for the error message, fix, and oh wait, okay. Why is this so? Okay. Let me just wait for the error message again. Okay, and now for the number of rows in section, we will return category data dot count, since that's what we're going to be displaying. And I've already created this cell. We created it in the first video, but if you don't know, it's just a regular cell. It's nothing special. So dequeue reusable cell with identifier cell, index path, and the text label will be set to category data dot data, and the data will use the index path dot row dot name. So that's kind of like if we go to data management, structs, and the doc360 categories, we're going inside of data, and then we're just selecting a name, and there's going to be more than one. So we go here, and finally we can just return the cell. Okay, and now once we've got the data, if you run it now, still nothing will happen because we haven't actually reloaded the table view once we've got the data. So if we click this, nothing happens. But what we need to do is we need to reload it inside of a dispatch queue. Dispatch queue.main, and we need to do it inside of async. We can just self.reload the category, the table view. Why do I keep messing up on words? So now we should have the first screen done. Click on help, and we get our 5 categories. Let me just go to Document360. Yeah, these are our 5 categories. So what I'm also going to do now is we need a way to carry the data, which one we selected, through to the article controller. Where's that code? Okay, so what I'll do is I need to go here, underneath here, I'm going to create selected category ID, and I'll just make this nothing for now. Now we can create the func of did select row at, and we are going to know the row that they selected because it's the index path, and we can set the selected category selected. Oh wait, let me just build the app quickly. Okay, selected category ID is equal to category data dot data index path dot row dot ID, and we can move along in a segue. So self dot perform segue, and let me just check what the segue is. So we're looking for the one between this one, which is the category screen, and this one, which is the article screen. And that segue is called articles because it's going to the article screen. That makes sense. So perform with identify articles, and yeah, so now we have a selected category ID. If you go into our article viewer, and instead of having a set article, we can just replace this with articles selected categories ID, since now we're going to create a request. And let's just print this quickly so to see that we're going to get the right one. So if I click on getting started, and nothing's popped up because we haven't set up the table view, but we have printed the articles. I'm just going to copy this and go to JSON viewer, format that, and we have our thing. So this is the array which we're interested in. It's the articles one, and it's a bit weirdly ordered, but basically there are 2 arrays. There's why did we build Document360, and there's 5 basic things to get started. So we can see that if we go inside of here, those are there. So now we just do pretty much the same thing. We just create the table view, and I'm going to do that. Table view.data equals self, table view data source equals to self. Create an extension. What was I just going to say? Oh yeah, extension article viewer, UI table view delegate, UI table view data source. Oh, not delegate, data source. We'll just wait for this. And actually, while we're waiting, I just realized we haven't made articles data a global variable, so I'll do that the same way we made category data global. We're gonna have to create a new var article data. This time it's doc360 articles, since that was a different struct that we made, which was for the articles, and we are gonna have to do a bit more, but it should be pretty simple. So equals doc360 articles. Nothing really matters here, but we just need to make sure that nothing actually there's nothing special. So for all the strings, I'm just going to set them to nothing. Ints, I'll just set them to 0, and if they're optional, I'll do nil. Hidden, we'll just do false for bools. Nothing inside of the arrays. That's nil, nil, nil. Oh. False. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Okay, so this is just basically creating nothings. Like, there's nothing inside of the articles, there's no articles anywhere, there's nothing, everything is nil and false, or just an empty array. So that's the same thing we did here, and that's because we're going to change it over here. And now we can do the same thing. So for the number of rows, we will return articles, return article data. Once again, we need to build it quickly just so it gets everything. So article data dot data dot articles dot count, and this is like the this is the array which contains all of the articles. So wait, why is there still an error there? Okay, yeah, there we go. And now we can just create the cell equals tableview.q reusable cell for identify cell, index path cell.textLabel.text is equal to and this is going to be article data.data.articles index path.row dot title in the categories one is name, but for some reason it's title here. That doesn't matter too much. And if we return this cell now, we can see how this works. So, oh, actually this isn't going to do anything because we haven't reloaded the table view. If we select this, nothing happens, and that's easily fixed by just reloading the table view over here. So dispatch wait, what? Oh, okay. Dispatch queue dot main dot async, and we'll just self dot tableview dot reload data. Okay, and now we should have the 2 steps ready. So if we click on getting started, we have why we got Document360 and 5 things to do. Go back, we can click on drive, and yeah, these are just the things which are inside of these. So if you go to homepage, understanding homepage builder, drive, understanding drive, and yeah. So the final thing to do is to just create the web page to be working, and that's pretty simple. So I'll just have to create a thing which we can carry forward, and instead of it being the selected category ID, it's going to be the selected article slug, since slug is kind of like the name of it, and that's what we need to display the web page. So var selected article slug equals this is going to show me a string. And we're also going to have to create a new function, like the create URL for category, except this is going to be create URL for article, and it's not going to be a API request, it's actually going to be a website. So create URL for article, and we'll take article slug, the parameter, string, and it will return a string. So what we return is oh, actually, what I can show you guys is we have to also create a new sort of API token or project version ID sort of thing. Let me just move this base URL underneath, since this isn't actually one of the things you need to edit. So let me show you how to get wait, I'm just going to go back to Xcode and just type this whole thing out, but then I'll show you how we can make it a lot simpler. So HTTPS, and inside of this we're going to have to create a new let called project name, and that's just going to be blank for now, but we have to change that. So HTTPS project name and document360.io/docs/ and then here we have the article slug, and we also have to have mode is equal to reader, and that's just an extra header so that it tells us that we're reading it on a reader's mode. If you went to the website, it had lots of ads and things like that, but on the mobile version it doesn't have any of that. So now I can show you how to get the project name. All you do is you go to the dashboard, you go onto your project and you click here, and once you're here, this will be your this thing here is your mobile app name. So for me it's called mobile app. You can also just see it over here, but yeah, I like doing it like that way. If we go back into Xcode, we just put that as mobile app, now we have our full thing working. So we can create the article slug the same way that we got the select category ID. We just know that the we know the index path they selected, so did select row at selected article slug is equal to article data dot data dot articles index path dot row dot slug. and we have to perform the segue to move on to the next view controller. Let me just see what that one's called. This segue reader, yeah, obviously. So self, and now once we're here, we have a selected article slug, and we can create the URL, and we've also linked up the web view. So the only thing left to do is do some preferences for the web view and display the web page. The first thing I'm going to do is create the background color to be white, just because I think that's a lot cleaner and it just blends in. Now we can start creating the URL. So the URL string is create URL for article slug, which is selected article slug. Then we create the URL with that, which we can do URL string, and we also need to create a request, but this isn't a type of HTTPS request with the API token header. This is just a normal URL request to be as a website. URL from up here, and now I can just load that web page. Load request. We did this in the first episode. So yeah, let's run this. Oh, this needs to be unwrapped. Let's run this, and that should be it for the app. So if we go to our help center, if we want to get getting started, click on this, and yeah, here it is. So if we click on this, this is the other article, settings, project admin settings, and yeah, this is just all of it. So we can polish it by adding titles up here, and also stopping these. And actually the way we stop these is pretty simple. All you do is you create a new view will appear, view will appear, super.view will appear, animated, and you just reload the table view. Since every time you reload the table view, all of the selected one just goes. So I'll just copy and paste this into the category viewer as well. And yeah, that should be our app finished and polished. So go here, homepage builder. Oh, you could also add a loading screen while this is loading, but that seems a bit too much. But yeah. So yeah, this is what it is, and I'm going to make another tutorial, because what we can do now is if I create a new group underneath here, just name this group Document360, Document360, and if I take all of this, move this into Document360, now I can just upload this folder to like a place on the internet. You can download this and then easily add this into your app by just going to your main.storyboard. You can add free view controls like this with a table view, web view, and then just link them up to the category viewer, article viewer, and article reader, and then link up table views as well. So yeah, I'm going to make another video like that, just shortly explain how you can quickly add Document360 into your app, and I would recommend using that since that's going to be a lot quicker than doing this. So yeah, thanks for watching, and that was the final part of how you integrate Document360 into your app, but if you want to build it from scratch. So yeah, tomorrow I'll just make the quick tutorial, which is just going to take maybe 10 minutes, and it's going to do the exact same thing, but you're not going to have to code any of this. You're just going to have to download this folder and then link it up to your main.storyboard, and then you also have to change these three variables at the top, since these are the ones which determine which thing you're using. So yeah, see you guys in a future tutorial, and bye.